get asked injuries, we're doing better. Everybody's participated, not in a full manner. We've got a lot of guys that are making a lot of progress. We got a lot of guys that'll be close for the game. My gut feel is we'll probably end up getting a few of them back, but maybe not all. But very good progress. I don't know that definitively say anybody's for sure in. I don't know that I would certainly not in position to say that anybody's for sure out right now. All right, far away.
I know Caleb was talking about just, the idea of not having your top two wide receivers. Maybe you don't lock in on guys as much. Just watching on film, did you feel like maybe he not necessarily found the open guy more often, but weren't necessarily locking in on?
Yeah, he did a good job of it. We talked about it some actually in the locker room just right before we played. That just told him my history of being in this situation a few times. Sometimes guys play their very best because they quit worried about who's on the field and they just run the offense. And they did a good job of that. And if you look at kind of how the targets were spaced out, a lot of guys got opportunities, and obviously a lot of them stepped up. So I think it's a good lesson for him. Regardless of who's in there, it's typically, an offensive system runs best when it's going where it needs to go, and then of course you have your couple things in to try to feature the guys that you want to make sure you get to.
Mason Murphy wasn't a guy who had a lot of playing experience coming into the year. How did he work himself and be kind of a fixture in that rotation at the top?
Well, it's definitely taken some time and some tough love out of that room for sure. He's in a great room, like for a young, immature, inexperienced guy to be in. And I don't say immature in a negative way. He's like, again, 99% of the freshmen. But Dedich and Brett and Jonah and all those guys have been on him, and they've pushed him, and they've set a good example for him. And I give Mason credit. He's followed. We've been hard on him. I mean, he's got some real talent. He's really got a chance to be a good player, but he's needed to grow up and mature and really kind of press forward. And so I think this combination of all that and Mason's willingness to kind of push through and get better was great. And then Mason's a competitive guy. Some guys kind of rise up on game day. Some guys kind of cower down a little bit. The moment certainly wasn't too big. He was ready to go in there and compete. Didn't play perfect, but did a really nice job.
How do you keep these guys in check of not looking further out? What could potentially happen with success? What you guys could do down the line, from a week-in basis? I mean, they're young kids, obviously, but you just go week by week. I mean, what do you do? Say.
I think just you rely on experience. A lot of us are staff members that we've been here, and it makes it easier. But you know what it takes, and you know what you got to avoid. And one of the pitfalls of a lot of teams is not staying focused on the moment at hand. I do think it helps us because we practice pretty hard. Still like look at our guys. Not a lot of teams in full pads Tuesday this time of year. Our guys don't even think twice about it now. That's just what we do. And so I do believe that the way we challenge them each and every day. Like if they're not locked in, they get called out pretty quick. They get exposed pretty quick, and so it kind of makes it a daily fight. It's not like even looking at the games. It's like, all right, how do I do good in this Tuesday practice? And that's got to be that singular focus. So we've done a good job. I think responded to that, and we feel like we've looked ahead to other opponents as it's played out. And honestly, to be honest, when it's a program maybe that hasn't won quite as much as of late, it's honestly probably a little bit easier right now. It's probably a little bit tougher at times at the previous spot because we've won so much.
Have you been around a team that's only had one turnover through 8 games?
Ooh, real challenge. Chances are no. We've got a few that are pretty low, but no, chances are no.
When it comes to Caleb, since he's gotten to USC, how would you describe the way he's grown as a leader on and off the field?
Yeah, he's definitely grown. I mean, it's been a new situation for him. It's kind of year 2, kind of year 1.5 of being a starting quarterback. You're coming in there as a new program and new guys, so a lot of different challenges, and he's been pushed. I mean, it pushes you. It's not easy, and he's done a good job of it. I think he's embraced it, and the thing he's been throughout his career is he's been very coachable. He's been very willing to take criticism, willing to take on the things and own the things that he's got to do better and make a conscious effort to do those. So I think he's improved in the leadership area because of that. he'll get better there, but he's definitely kind of like his game. He'll get better, but he's progressing.
On a similar.
I don't even look at it. I don't. Yeah, you ask all my friends back in Oklahoma. I don't care about them. Like most of the time I don't even know what it is because it doesn't matter right now. It does not matter one bit. Like you go be ranked whatever, you go lose, it don't matter. You keep winning, it takes care of itself. I mean we told the team this. I mean we had a year where we lost the game in the middle of the year and we were ranked pretty high for it. That didn't matter. Then all of a sudden we were like 19. With like a few weeks later, like, oh, I got no shot in the playoff. 5 weeks later, we got playoff. So like it matters none. I spend not 1% of my energy, brain power, attention. I could not care less. So it's I care about it at one time, and that's the last one. That's all that matters.
With
Shane Delore was very challenging from an elusive standpoint. Is there anything you can do? You might have a few more quarterbacks you face that are similar traits.
Yeah, no, we will. I mean, he's exceptionally good at it. I mean, you're right. We've seen some athletic guys. I'm sure we'll see some more. Obviously, we're going to see some more athletic guys. He's exceptional. So I first give that cat credit. I mean, the funny thing is every other film that we watch of him, last year at Washington State and this year, it kind of all looks the same. Yeah, there absolutely there is, right? But it's all levels of defense. Everybody sees one guy take a shot and miss. Oh my God, why did he not tackle him? That'd be great if he gets him one-on-one. But like how often, I made the comment last night on the radio show, like how often do you see Barry Sanders get tackled one-on-one when he's got 6 or 7 yards of space, right? I mean, it's not going to happen every time. When it does, that's great. But you've got to constrict the space. You've got to cover better. Guys have got to stay in rush lanes. We at times got frustrated and got undisciplined and came out. And then, of course, that was the lane he hit, and we had it all covered. Or a couple of times, we're just about to get there and we break down in coverage. And so it challenges all levels of your defense. But there's some things fundamentally we can do better when we get clean to the QB. And we're spending a lot of time with our guys on that. And then the reality is the other 10 guys got to play better too, and it makes it a lot tougher on that QB when all of a sudden that 5 or 6 yards of space, you squeeze the pocket, now all of a sudden it's 2 yards of space. Or again, coverage is so elite on the back and he's moving around, there's some space, but now the pocket has time to collapse because you covered so well. So I guess the short answer is we got to all play a little bit better. And there's going to be more challenges like that. We get to see it here in practice, and we'll need to do a better job coming up.
Thank you, Coach Riley.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks.
All right.